3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Nice kick. Yeah, it's going to be Hudson Corbin taking on Ellis Young. Look at beautiful turn. Right up front at the back. Take a look at some of the brief highlights. That was the attempted back chase.
What's up, guys? We're going to look at some heel hook defense. The leg locks have become very, very prominent, especially in no-gi jiu-jitsu. Heel hooks have now been legalized in the IBJJF, so we all need to have a good understanding of how to steer clear from these new positions. So we're going to look at essentially the inside heel hook. This is going to be sort of your biggest threat, most common position you'll see people in. And the most important defense that I find for my own sparring and competition is simply slipping the heel. So you really have to get used to this motion here, where my toes are going to point like a ballerina, like I'm trying to straighten out my leg, and then I slip my heel to the inside. So that's going to be one of the biggest things, along with hand fighting. But as soon as you get into these spots, we need to be trying to lock out and slip the heel. That's going to save you in a lot of positions, as well in the 50-50. If we're going to 50-50 position, partner gets into position. Typically, I'll come through to hand fight, closing up a rear naked choke on my partner's arm, locking, lifting up, slipping my heel, and then coming back to being protected or moving into position from there. Now, how do we actually get out of the position is now going to come into our rotation. So once my partner tries to get a hold of my heel, if I can slip inside, I can rotate in this direction here. So when I fall towards my knees, I'm going with the heel. See, as my partner wants to try to get a bite. So essentially, before we have anything locked up, he tries to grab onto my heel. I'm already rotating before he can get a grip. My right arm's just going to seek up onto his calf while I pummel my leg towards the inside. So my weight's into my left hand here to scoop my hips back to re-pummel. Then I can come up towards my knee and start freeing this knee. Once I've got my knee free, now I can start to disengage. And again, I'm keeping control over this to prevent any rear attacks. My foot could be on the butt to pull myself free and just completely disengage from the position. Or what I prefer to do is start to use it as a back attack. So once I'm here and the heel begins to be exposed, I'm rotating, coming up, hopping over the top. For me to start engaging the hips, coming into my power hook positions, and start chasing the back from there. I always find that I'm going to be way more successful with my escapes if they involve an offensive movement. It's very difficult to get out of your defensive cycle if we don't attack. So Tyrone's been harassing my legs, he's entered into the position. I need to make sure that I give him a threat to make him think twice before entering into my legs again next time. So again, even if he's passing guard, he sits back into position. See, locks, drags the leg over, sits back, is into my heel. I'm slipping that right away, making it as difficult as possible for him to get the initial bite. Once I'm there, I'm posting and shin circling, all at the same time. So rather than trying to do this, get your leg in place, I want to be moving my hip backward, post on my left hand and shin circling, while also rotating my shin. We have to juggle all of these things together. If I try to get my leg in place, by this point, Tyrone's already bit the heel, and I'm in a bad spot. So post, lift, my knee is now free, and then I can begin to rotate. If I'm attacking the back, I'm leaning forward, kneeling over the top of his thigh, rolling over my left shoulder, and engaging my feet with the floor. So I'm going to stomp the soles of my feet on the ground to elevate Tyrone's hip. Once I'm lifting his hip here, I'm chasing the upper body. Whether that's a arm drag grip here, just catching the tricep, lifting to get the head off the mat, and switching through with my seatbelt grip. Now, there are a lot of intricacies when it comes to diving back attacks and power hook positions, but today we're just looking more so as using that as a threat to get to defend the leg lock. So as soon as you get to these positions, lock out the toes, turn the knee to the inside, work on your shin circling to free your knee line, and then either we disengage entirely or we create a back attack of our own.
Nice escape. Yeah, it's going to be Hunter Colvin taking on Ellis Young. Look at beautiful track. Brad Hill going to the back. Take a look at some of the brief highlights. That was the attempted back chase